Hello, and welcome to 5 Minute Gym, where you give me 5 minutes of your day and I give you workout advice that'll last you a lifetime. My name is Turner, and I'm an NCSF certified personal trainer. Today, we're going to go over bodyweight squats. Also, two modifications we can make, one to make them easier and another to make it more challenging. First, let's talk about the muscles that'll be worked during our squat. The main two muscles that will be targeted will be the quadriceps as well as the glute, with the hamstrings and the calves helping to stabilize. Now let's talk about getting into the proper stance for our squat. Notice that my feet are even. We want to bring them out to shoulder width apart. And now turning our toes slightly outward until our legs look like this. Once we have our lower body in position, let's talk about what we should do with our upper body. First thing to remember is to keep our head up and our chest out. And now we have a multitude of different things to do with our hands. First, you could go for the cross arm position where our hands end up on the opposite side shoulder. Next, and my personal favorite, is to bring one hand out like a fist here and grab it with the other hand. And the last one is to extend our arms forward and perform our squat. Now that we're in the beginning of our squat stance, let's establish what to do with our hips and our knees. As we begin our squat, let's first push the hips slightly backwards. This will establish that we sink into our squat. Next, with our knees, we're bending at the knees. Make sure that the knees don't come forward. We want to keep the knees from crossing over the toes. Keep on sinking with the hips, pushing them back. Bend at the knees until you get to a 90-degree angle. And notice how I've kept my feet flat on the ground for the entire range of motion. As we're in the bottom position of our squat, there's one thing that we need to keep in mind and avoid. Many people find themselves caving their knees inward as they come back up from out of their squat. This is what we want to avoid, as it puts unnecessary wear and tear on the knee joint. Instead, we want to keep our knees pointed outward through the whole range of motion of our squat. Finally, let's cover how to breathe during our squat. As we go down, we're inhaling through the nose. And once you reach the bottom and come back up, exhale through the mouth. Once again, notice how I'm keeping my head up and my chest out, my feet flat on the ground. I'm pushing my hips back, sinking at the knees. Now let's go over some variations. Perhaps you've found that the bottom of the squat is a bit too challenging. This variant helps to eliminate that process entirely. This is called a box squat. Find yourself something safe and stable to sit down on, whether that be a bench, a chair, or a couch. And once you've sat down, bring yourself to the edge of the seat. Bend the knees at a 90-degree angle and keep the feet flat on the ground. Now we're going to perform our squat as previously instructed. Now you're able to perform a squat without the difficulty of the bottom of the squat and targeting all the same muscles. Maybe you're finding it difficult to keep the hips back while performing your squat, or maybe you just want a challenge. This variant helps to do both. If we grab our kettlebell or dumbbell and we bring our kettlebell up into this position with our hands at the base of it, we can now perform our squat as previously instructed. And the weight of the kettlebell helps to be a counterbalance to our hips. With the dumbbell, we do the same thing, just resting our hands on one of the heads of the dumbbell. and performing our squat. Thanks for checking out 5 Minute Gym. If you found this video helpful, likes, comments, and subscriptions are always appreciated. You know what isn't appreciated? Skipping leg day. Until next time.